There are moments in life when everything seems to unravel, like a storm that threatens to consume all we've worked so hard to build. The universe appears to be working against us, with each step leading us away from our intended path. Yet it's often in these darkest times that life whispers its most profound lessons, holding truths we are only able to grasp when we face the chaos head-on. This message finding you today is no accident. Everything that has brought you to this moment is part of a grander design, woven by a force that has always been working in your favor. Adversity can make it difficult to accept the notion that nothing occurs by chance, but when we dare to look beyond appearances, we begin to see a hidden logic within even the most challenging experiences. Despite their pain, life's detours and losses hold significance. They form integral parts that, over time, coalesce to unveil a more lucid vision of our identity and destiny. To see this, we must shift how we view chaos. In physics, chaos is not the absence of order, but rather a complex system operating with logic beyond immediate understanding. Similarly, the upheavals in our lives are not random. They are part of a larger flow, nudging us toward growth and transformation. This idea echoes theories like the butterfly effect, which reminds us that even the smallest actions can create ripples of profound impact across the vast tapestry of existence. But if there's meaning in the turmoil, why do life's hardest moments feel so overwhelming? The answer lies in our resistance. As humans, we crave control and stability, yet life's true nature is constant change. When we resist this flow, we experience challenges as threats rather than opportunities. However, the moment we release that resistance and allow ourselves to move with life's current, we discover that even our most painful experiences are shaping us, preparing us for something greater. Think of the caterpillar within its cocoon. From the outside, the process may look like utter destruction. The caterpillar dissolves into a formless state before emerging as a butterfly. What seems like an end is actually a beginning, a transformation that creates something entirely new. Similarly, the chaos in our lives signifies a profound transformation rather than a sign of loss. It is within this seeming disorder that the miracle of growth truly takes place. Let's reflect on a paradox that holds a profound truth. Everything feels as though it's working against you, yet somehow everything is working in your favor. This enigma reveals a powerful insight. What seems to drag you down is often the same energy propelling you forward. Quantum physics provides a fascinating analogy in this context, the wave-particle duality, which observes a single entity as either a wave or a particle. Similarly, the events of our lives can appear as insurmountable obstacles or opportunities for growth, depending on the lens through which we choose to view them. When faced with challenges, it's easy to succumb to a victim mentality, believing that the universe is conspiring against you. But what if that resistance wasn't just a hindrance, but rather a force that aimed to fortify you? Imagine a river encountering a boulder in its path. From a narrow perspective, the rock seems like an immovable obstacle. Yet, the river doesn't stop. It flows around, over, and through, adapting and gaining strength as it continues its journey. Likewise, the barriers in our lives aren't there to stop us. They exist to teach us resilience, creativity, and flow. This idea becomes even more profound when we consider the concept of synchronicity, the meaningful coincidences that seem to appear out of nowhere. Carl Jung described synchronicity as the intersection of internal and external events, not linked by direct causation, but deeply connected in meaning. These moments are reminders that the universe operates not randomly, but through an intricate, unseen order beyond our linear understanding of time and space. Consider this. You might feel lost in a personal crisis, weighed down by confusion and despair. Then, just when you need it most, a stranger offers comforting words. Or you stumble upon a passage in a book that seems to answer your deepest questions. These moments are not mere chances, but guiding lights, reassuring you that you are never truly alone on your path. This phenomenon aligns with the idea that our intentions and emotions act as magnets, drawing experiences that resonate with our inner energy. According to the law of resonance, the vibrations we emit interact with the energetic field of the universe, shaping the circumstances we attract. When we nurture a mindset of trust and openness, we begin to manifest situations that echo that energy. However, to align with this resonance, we must first accept where we are. Acceptance isn't resignation. It's the acknowledgement that every experience, no matter how challenging, has a purpose. When we embrace this truth, we unlock the ability to transform what feels like resistance into a force for growth, finding strength in the very struggles we once feared. Transformation begins with acceptance. It's not about changing the external circumstances of our lives, but about reshaping how we relate to them. This shift in perspective reveals a deeper truth. What we perceive as setbacks are often the universe's way of realigning us with something greater. Time, contrary to how we often experience it, is not linear. It is an interconnected fabric where everything exists simultaneously. What we seek already exists on a different plane of reality, and the challenges we face are preparing us to receive it. In this, patience and trust become our greatest allies. But patience isn't passive. It's an active confidence in the unfolding of life's timing. Similar to patience, faith is an inner knowing that the universe is working for us, even when the larger picture remains obscure. Imagine climbing a mountain. From the base, the journey may seem chaotic and never-ending, filled with obstacles and detours. But as you ascend, the view changes. What once appeared to be an aimless path reveals itself as a carefully designed route. From the peak, you can observe how each turn and twist was essential in guiding you to your destination. Life works in much the same way. Every experience, every challenge, is part of a larger journey, guiding us toward our highest purpose. At the heart of this understanding is a profound realization. The universe isn't working against us, but reflects our inner world, our thoughts, emotions, and vibrations. However, this reflection doesn't always appear in the way we might hope. Often, it takes the form of delays, conflicts, or challenges that seem to block our path. But what if these difficulties were not obstacles, but adjustments designed to align us with a greater purpose? Life is a constant dialogue between us and the universe. Every thought, every decision, and every emotion sends out a signal, a vibration that interacts with the fabric of existence. In response, the universe delivers experiences, not always what we want, but exactly what we need to grow, learn, and transform. Consider the moments when it felt like everything was falling apart. When you lost a job, endured a painful relationship, or faced a situation that seemed insurmountable. At the time, those experiences likely felt like failures or insurmountable trials. But looking back, you might see how they led you to new opportunities, taught you vital lessons, or uncovered strengths you didn't know you had. This is the power of resilience. It allows us to endure life's challenges and emerge stronger, more aligned with our true purpose. Every challenge serves as a stepping stone, and every detour guides us towards our intended life. When we embrace this truth, we stop resisting the journey and start trusting its unfolding, recognizing that every moment, even the challenging ones, is shaping us for something greater. Resilience is the capacity to turn adversity into a chance for personal development, not only the ability to withstand pain. It takes inner strength and a deliberate choice to see past outward manifestations and find the greater positive concealed in every obstacle. We discover a basic fact as a result of this process. We are co-creators of our reality, rather than victims of it. Nature provides a remarkable illustration of this dynamic. Think of a seed's journey. A seed must initially burst open in order to develop into a healthy plant. This break may appear damaging, even violent, from a limited viewpoint. However, the emergence of new life depends on this shattering. In a similar vein, the moments in our lives that appear to be coming to an end are actually the beginning of a transformation that will lead us to something better, rather than a sign of failure. This metamorphosis closely relates to the principle of resonance, which holds that the energy we possess determines the experiences we draw. When resistance, anxiety, or uncertainty consume us, we create circumstances that mirror our feelings. However, when we practice openness, gratitude, and trust, the universe reciprocates by sending us experiences that match those vibrations. This alters our perspective on and reaction to those difficulties, not that life becomes simple or devoid of them. Imagine encountering a massive boulder that blocks your path during a mountain trek. It appears to be an insurmountable barrier at first. However, a hidden path serves as a detour that leads to an even more picturesque pathway when you stop, take a deep breath, and look around. That boulder wasn't an accident. Rather, it was a deliberate detour that led you to your true destination. Resistance, the conviction that life should go predictably and according to our expectations, is frequently the root cause of the fight against our circumstances. However, life is dynamic, fluid, and ever-changing by definition. We find a power and serenity that surpasses circumstances when we cease resisting and begin to flow with what is. Giving up does not imply passively accepting challenges or accepting an unfavorable outcome. Rather, it is a proactive manifestation of trust, a deliberate decision to view each encounter as a chance for development and progress. By embracing this viewpoint, we start to view life in a very different light and discover purpose even in its difficulties. This trip emphasizes synchronicity, the mysterious alignment of seemingly unconnected events. These moments serve as guideposts, reminding us that every turn in life is part of a larger plan. When we accept this knowledge, we begin to see challenges as opportunities to reach our full potential, rather than as impediments. Synchronicities are indications of our alignment with the universal flow, not mere coincidences. Perhaps you've experienced this: a chance encounter with the right person, an unexpected opportunity, or a message that answers a question you've been silently asking. These moments are not accidents. They are the natural outcomes of being in tune with the energy field that connects all things. The law of cause and effect offers a powerful lens through which to view this interconnectedness. Every action we take has a consequence, whether seen or unseen, but these outcomes often don't appear immediately. It might take weeks, months, or even years for their full impact to unfold. This is why trusting the process is so vital. The absence of immediate results does not imply a lack of progress. Every decision, every step forward, contributes to the larger tapestry of our lives. Think of planting a seed. At first, there's no visible sign of growth, just the bare soil where you buried it. But with patience, care, and trust, that seed begins to sprout, eventually becoming a sturdy, thriving tree. This transformation doesn't happen overnight, and it requires faith in the unseen progress beneath the surface. The choices and actions we make in life require patience and dedication, even when the results are unclear. The perception that life is working against us is an illusion, born from the mind's fear of the unknown. When we dig deeper, the unknown is fertile ground for transformation, not an enemy. Every obstacle is an opportunity to embrace new ways of being, connect with our true selves, and expand our awareness. Life is always in motion. Its currents may carry us to unfamiliar places, far from what feels safe or desirable. These seemingly chaotic moments reveal life's deeper truths. Life doesn't take us toward what we want, but toward what we need. We see that what once seemed like obstacles were actually stepping stones leading us to our essence if we can surrender to its flow and let its tides carry us. Accepting this truth doesn't come naturally. The mind, conditioned to seek control and certainty, resists change and chaos. But the paradox is that resistance only deepens our suffering and blinds us to the hidden opportunities challenges bring. Life is not conspiring against us. It is holding up a mirror, revealing what needs transformation and guiding us toward paths of greater growth. The principle of polarity, which holds that every experience has two sides, pain and purpose, chaos and order, resistance and acceptance, allows us to understand this dynamic. Polarity isn't a contradiction, it's balance. Every moment in our lives moves us from limitation to expansion, just as night gives way to day and a buried seed transforms into a flourishing plant. Reflecting on how we interpret adversity is essential. The mind tends to label experiences as good or bad based on their immediate impact. But this judgment is often short-sighted. What appears to be a failure today may become the foundation for success tomorrow. Consider the bamboo, which spends years growing roots underground before suddenly shooting skyward. This unseen preparation is not a waste of time. It lays the foundation for its remarkable growth. When we stop resisting, trust the process, and embrace the unseen rhythms of life, We begin to realize that everything, even the challenges, is part of a greater design, leading us toward our ultimate purpose. Picture yourself in a labyrinth, where every wrong turn feels like it's pulling you further from the exit. From your limited perspective, the path seems confusing, even discouraging. Yet what you cannot see is that each detour is quietly guiding you toward a pivotal moment, teaching you lessons you'll need later in your journey. Like this labyrinth, life's purpose is not to frustrate us, but to equip us with the wisdom we acquire along the way to reach our destination. This raises a natural question. How can we trust this process, especially when uncertainty clouds our path? The answer lies in shifting our perspective, letting go of the need to wrestle with what we can't control, and approaching our experiences with curiosity instead of judgment. This doesn't mean abandoning our dreams or aspirations. Instead, it's about recognizing that the route to achieving them may unfold differently than we expected. A powerful tool in this transformation is the understanding of impermanence. Everything in life is temporary. Our emotions, our circumstances, even our struggles. Realizing this helps us see that no matter how difficult a moment may be, it too will pass. Impermanence is not a threat, but a promise, a reminder that life is always in flux, always changing. This perspective helps us accept that we are part of life's flow. Our individual experiences, like a single wave within the vast ocean, intertwine with a greater whole that operates with an intelligence beyond our comprehension. This connection invites us to release the need to control every detail of our journey. Even when the broader picture remains obscure, we can have faith in the guidance that directs us towards our precise needs. Our emotions play a significant role in this process. Not just reactions to events, but indicators of where to focus and heal. For instance, sadness is a chance to consider what we value and what we can let go of. Anger isn't simply an outburst, it signals misalignment in our lives, urging us to address what feels wrong. By listening to our emotions instead of suppressing or judging them, we transform them from adversaries into allies. This shift allows us to navigate challenges with greater clarity and purpose, understanding that every feeling, no matter how uncomfortable, carries a message we need to hear. Equally vital in this journey is the practice of gratitude. Gratitude is more than politeness or a surface-level exercise. It is a transformative force. It shifts our energy, aligning us with experiences that resonate with our higher vibration. Focusing on what we have rather than what we lack helps us see the blessings in even the hardest times. Imagine walking through a dense, dark forest where every step feels heavy and uncertain. But as you move forward, faint beams of light begin to pierce through the canopy, illuminating your path in unexpected ways. Those glimmers of light are the blessings we often overlook when consumed by the shadows. Gratitude allows us to see that light and recognize that, even in darkness, there is something to appreciate and value. Ultimately, this journey leads us to a place of deeper self-understanding and trust. We realize we don't need all the answers or details of the path ahead. What truly matters is the willingness to take the next step, trusting that the ground beneath us will reveal itself as we move forward. Doing so reveals that life is happening for us to help us remember who we are. Life is not static. It is a continuous flow of experiences, seemingly chaotic yet intricately connected, weaving a tapestry of purpose and growth. When everything appears to be working against us, it is often the moment when the universe is working its hardest in our favor. To see this pattern, we must look beyond appearances and trust the unseen harmony guiding us forward. Extend your viewpoint, get over the delusion of separation, and start to realize how each aspect of your life contributes to a larger, more complex whole. Realizing that our experiences don't happen in a vacuum is crucial at this stage of your journey. Our goals, convictions, and feelings intricately link every moment, whether happy or difficult. At this point, the concept of reflection turns into a potent compass. The outside environment serves as a mirror for our inner selves, reflecting not only our thoughts and emotions, but also the lessons we need to learn in order to develop. Picture yourself in front of a motionless lake. The surface of the lake reflects everything around it, including the trees, the sky, and even the moving clouds overhead. If you examine it more closely, though, you'll see that it also represents you. The same is true in life. Every circumstance, encounter, and obstacle serves as a mirror reflecting something inside of us that we must either face or accept. At first, this idea may seem disturbing. It is simpler to attribute our difficulties to outside forces than to acknowledge that they may be a reflection of an unsolved internal issue. However, acknowledging this suffering is the first step towards change. We regain control over our reality when we acknowledge that life is a reflection of our inner condition. We become conscious creators of our experience rather than passive recipients of events. To see life as a mirror requires honesty and bravery. It forces us to think beyond superficial interpretations. What am I learning about my beliefs from this situation? What tendencies am I exhibiting? Which parts of myself am I ignoring or suppressing? Although these are difficult inquiries, they are necessary to reveal the lessons that lie beneath our hardships. Relationships provide some of the best examples of this reflective principle. Those who challenge us the most often teach us the most valuable lessons. Perhaps you're in conflict with someone who persistently challenges your boundaries or misunderstands you. This individual may initially appear to be a hindrance to your tranquility. However, if you look closer, this dynamic may reflect something inside of you, such as a need you haven't expressed, a boundary you haven't set, or a wound you need to heal. Emotions also reflect the interaction between our inner and outer surroundings. We frequently find the most profound insights into the emotions we find most difficult to confront. For example, sadness isn't just a burden, it's a call to reconsider your values and what you're willing to let go of. Not just a burst of energy, anger indicates a life imbalance that needs attention. The discipline of radical acceptance becomes crucial in this situation. Tolerating the intolerable or surrendering to adversity are not aspects of radical acceptance. It's about accepting things for what they are, without protest or condemnation. Adopting this viewpoint allows us to cooperate with reality rather than oppose it. Challenges now seem like chances for development rather than impediments. Picture yourself traversing a river in a boat. Your natural reaction is to paddle against the current as it starts to pick up speed in an attempt to keep control. However, you get more worn out and make less progress the harder you resist. Imagine releasing your oars and surrendering to the current's guidance. You suddenly realize that the current is guiding you to a place you couldn't reach alone, not your enemy. This shift in perspective also alters our perception of time. It is easy to think time is against us, that we are running out of time, or that delays mean failure. However, a step back reveals that time is not a linear path. It has a flowing rhythm that matches the speed of our inner selves. Delays are pauses that allow us to realign with our mission rather than punishments. Synchronicities constitute potent reminders that we are not traveling this path alone when viewed in this larger context. The cosmos gently reminds us that we're moving in unison with the larger flow of life when things come together in ways that seem too perfect to be coincidence. Meaningful coincidences often feel like signposts on the road, gently steering us toward where we need to be. Imagine wrestling with a tough decision when suddenly, out of nowhere, a conversation, a message, or an unexpected opportunity seems to offer the exact clarity you need. These synchronicities are not random. They are the universe's way of communicating, a quiet assurance that you are moving in the right direction. Equally vital to this journey is the role our beliefs play in shaping our experiences. Many of the limitations we face don't exist in the external world. They reside in our minds. Beliefs like, I'm not enough, I don't deserve success, or things never work out for me act as invisible barriers, preventing us from recognizing the opportunities that surround us. However, when we begin to question these limiting beliefs and replace them with truths that reflect our genuine potential, our lives can change in extraordinary ways. Imagine yourself donning glasses that cause distortion in your vision. Everything you see appears blurry, out of focus, or warped. Now imagine removing those glasses, realizing for the first time that the distortion wasn't in the world, but in the lens you were looking through. This is the power of working with our beliefs. By shifting our inner perspective, we transform the way we experience the outer world. Accepting that life operates in our favor, even when it seems otherwise, demands a profound shift in how we relate to ourselves and the world around us. It calls for faith in the idea that every experience, no matter how challenging, carries meaning and purpose. Each moment becomes an invitation to grow, expand, and uncover deeper truths about who we are. As we embrace this perspective, we come to see that life is not something that happens to us, but something we actively co-create with every thought, emotion, and choice. In the face of adversity, it's simple to fall into despair, to feel like a victim of unfair circumstances. But this reaction stems from a misunderstanding of how reality works. Life doesn't arbitrarily happen to us. It responds to the energy we project, and the thoughts we nurture, and most importantly, the way we perceive our experiences. Perception acts like a lens, filtering not only how we interpret events, but also what opportunities and solutions we're able to recognize. Think of perception as a pair of lenses. Through one set, the world appears harsh, unforgiving, and full of obstacles. Through another, it reveals itself as a landscape of potential, beauty, and hope. Changing these lenses isn't just about surface optimism. It's a deep process of self-discovery. It involves questioning the beliefs we've clung to for so long and opening ourselves to new ways of understanding and experiencing life. One of the most transformative tools in this process is mindful focus. This practice encourages us to direct our attention to what is working rather than dwelling on what seems broken. This doesn't mean ignoring difficulties or pretending everything is fine when it's not. Instead, it means recognizing that, even amid adversity, there's always something to value, something to learn, and something to be grateful for. This shift in focus moves us from fear to curiosity, from resistance to acceptance, and from frustration to creativity. It's an invitation to see life not as an endless series of obstacles, but as a dynamic, ever-unfolding journey of growth, filled with opportunities to discover our resilience and deepen our connection to the larger flow of existence. Imagine yourself engulfed in a powerful storm. The wind howls, the rain pours down, and there appears to be no shelter in sight. But then, in the distance, you spot a small cave, a place to rest, regroup, and reflect. The storm doesn't end the moment you enter, but within the safety of the cave, you gain the clarity to decide your next steps. This is the essence of mindful focus. It doesn't make life's storms disappear, but provides the inner refuge needed to navigate them with strength and purpose. A key part of this journey is recognizing that our perceptions are not fixed. They are shaped by our beliefs, past experiences, and expectations. Often life feels challenging, not because it inherently is, but because we view it through lenses clouded by fear, doubt, or resentment. Changing those lenses can radically alter how we experience reality. This is where the concept of conscious responsibility becomes vital. Conscious responsibility is not about blame. Blaming ourselves for our struggles traps us in a cycle of guilt and helplessness. Instead, it's about owning how we interpret and respond to life's events. This mindset reminds us that while we can't control everything that happens, we always have the power to choose our reaction. Imagine yourself strolling along a path and encountering a fork. One path appears dark and daunting, the other looks clear and inviting. You can take either path on the same terrain, but your route depends on your approach. Our emotions also play a crucial role in shaping our perspective. When fear or anger takes hold, the world can seem like a hostile, unforgiving place. But when we nurture gratitude, trust, and hope, we begin to see opportunities where once there were only obstacles. This transformation doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual process that begins with small steps, like noticing and appreciating even the tiniest blessings in our daily lives. This practice also connects deeply with the principle of impermanence, the understanding that everything in life is in constant motion. The emotions we feel today, no matter how intense, will eventually shift. The difficulties we face, no matter how overwhelming, will pass. Acknowledging this truth provides solace, serving as a reminder that we are never truly stationary. Instead, we are part of a continuous flow of change and transformation. Accepting impermanence doesn't mean ignoring our struggles or diminishing the weight of our emotions. It means honoring them as part of our journey and understanding that each moment, no matter how challenging, has something to teach us. With this perspective, life's difficulties transform from barriers into stepping stones for growth and self-discovery. Amid this process, synchronicities, those seemingly coincidental yet meaningful events, serve as gentle reminders that we are not alone. Perhaps you're wrestling with a difficult decision, and a chance encounter or unexpected message provides exactly the guidance you need. These moments aren't arbitrary. They serve as messages from the universe, confirming your precise location. In life's storms, through shifting perceptions, and amidst constant change, we discover a profound truth. The challenges we face are not here to break us, but to shape us. Each experience, no matter how tough, carries within it the seeds of transformation, guiding us to a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Imagine yourself at a pivotal moment in your life, weighed down by a challenging choice. Suddenly, you hear a conversation, discover a book, or receive a message that seems specifically intended for you. These moments aren't just coincidences. They represent the universe's guidance, leading you toward your intended path. Yet, to recognize these signs, you must be open and present. Fear or worry often cloud the mind, causing it to overlook these subtle opportunities. But with trust and openness, the signals that have always been there begin to reveal themselves. Picture yourself walking through a dense forest, searching for a way out of the shadows. At first, the darkness feels overwhelming, but as your eyes adjust and you focus your attention, tiny glimmers of light begin to appear, leading you forward. Those lights were always there. You just needed to shift your perspective to see them. This is how synchronicity works in our lives. It's not about creating new opportunities, but recognizing the ones that have been waiting for you all along. The power of conscious responsibility is tied to this shift in perception. It's not about blaming yourself for life's difficulties, but understanding that you are empowered to choose how you interpret and respond to them. This realization is profoundly liberating, moving you from a place of feeling at the mercy of circumstances to one of empowerment. Life, you discover, isn't happening to you. It's happening through you, helping you remember your strength, resilience, and limitless potential. Challenges, once seen as insurmountable barriers, begin to transform. They reveal themselves as portals to deeper understanding, offering lessons disguised as difficulties. The obstacles you face become opportunities to align with your higher purpose. What happens when you fully embrace this truth? What happens when you choose to view every experience, no matter how challenging, as a component of a larger plan for your personal development? This is where life changes. It shifts from something you simply experience to something you consciously create. Recognizing yourself as a co-creator of your reality is a profound awakening. It doesn't mean controlling every detail of your life, but understanding that your thoughts, emotions, and choices act as ripples in a vast lake, shaping the energy that surrounds you. Imagine tossing a stone into still water. The ripples spread outward, touching unseen shores, interacting with other elements, and eventually returning to you in unexpected ways. Every thought you have and every feeling you hold sends out similar ripples, influencing not just your experience but the lives of others as well. This process requires patience and trust. Like planting a seed, you may not see the results immediately, but beneath the surface, your intentions are rooting and preparing to blossom. To truly step into this role as a conscious creator, you must also release the need for control. The desire to micromanage every aspect of life stems from fear, the fear that without a tight grip, everything will fall apart. But true mastery lies not in control, but in surrender. This isn't passive resignation, it's an active trust in the flow of life. It's about acting with purpose and intention while remaining flexible so you can adapt to the moment's demands. As you embrace this flow, you begin to see the interconnectedness of all things. Every action, no matter how small, ripples outward, affecting others in ways you might never see. A single act of kindness, seemingly insignificant, can inspire a chain reaction that changes countless lives. You are part of an infinite web of connections, where every thought and emotion adds a thread to the tapestry of existence. When you act from love, authenticity, and purpose, you strengthen this web, creating waves of positive impact far beyond what you can imagine. This journey also involves integrating the lessons learned along the way. Openness, responsibility, trust, and surrender become daily practices. They don't erase life's challenges, but provide the tools to face them with clarity, compassion, and strength. Through this, you cultivate alignment, a dynamic process of living in harmony with your deepest truth. Alignment requires courage, the bravery to ask yourself, am I living according to my values? Am I making choices from a place of love or fear? Think of tuning a musical instrument. At first, the strings might produce discordant sounds, but with patience and care, you adjust each one until they create a melody. Alignment in life works the same way. It's not about being perfect, but about continually refining your actions, thoughts, and emotions to harmonize with your authentic self. Ultimately, this journey leads to a profound sense of gratitude. Gratitude is not just a fleeting feeling, but a powerful practice that keeps you grounded in the present and aware of life's blessings, even in the face of challenges. It shifts your energy, attracting more experiences that resonate with positivity and fulfillment. Imagine ending a long, exhausting day by watching the sunset. Even on the most challenging days, you can find beauty in the sky's brilliant hues. Gratitude is that sunset, a reminder that light exists even in darkness, and that every moment, no matter how small, holds the potential for meaning and transformation.